What's happening, folks? It's your man Patrick, the Game Changer Jackson, here with the lovely Artisa. And today we are going to talk about what?
How to slay in your lane.
Hot topic. We'll be back in a second. What's happening, folks, man? Listen, I guess this has been something 2021 is needed. Probably all your life you had to fight. But it's very interesting about being able to what? Slay in your lane. Why are you sitting there like like you don't know what it is? Like you just had a huge brain fart. Huge
like a
brain
deer
fart.
in headlights.
Like I don't know.
Deer in headlights. I'm back though.
You back. I had a rant earlier. I went live earlier, had my little rant.
Oh Lord.
You know, I wear a lot of hats, so y'all gonna see me live talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. So yeah, I went a little left for a second. But we won't talk about slaying in your lane.
Yes.
What does that mean? What does that mean to you?
For me, to slay in your lane means to do what you're good at and own it like a boss.
Own it
like a boss. Like you don't have to. These days we talk about having multiple streams of income. If you were 9 to 5, you slay in that 9 to 5 lane. You don't need to have all that. People
ain't nothing wrong with it,
right?
But you know,
right?
Yeah, do your
people
thing.
Kind of glorifying to me. You know, oh, this grind, hustling, working 6-7 days a week. You can slay without doing all that, just so y'all know.
You can. It just depends on what you're trying to accomplish, right? So, you know, being goal oriented is a good thing, but also understanding what lane that you're in to be able to conquer or slay or be able to be good at. You know, is just finding that area that you want to. Let me back it up just a little bit.
Okay, what does slay in your lane mean to you?
To me, it really is finding an area and dominating it. You dominating whatever that is, that your heart and desire is wanting to do. Because a lot of time, you know, people they, you know, be on jobs and stuff like that. That's not necessarily their actual desire. It's just an income driven thing. And so you may not give that much tenacity to slay that particular lane.
Yeah.
So being able to put yourself in that type of position, I think is important. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. The Power Moves 365. While we having this conversation, go ahead, share it. Go ahead and make a like. You know what I mean? Hit the love like. You know, the what's the love hug button now they got?
Care button.
Care button. Yeah, care about us. Okay. Care. We want you to care. Okay, we want you to love. And we want you to like. You know, hopefully you don't cry. You know, you got the little cry button. Hopefully we don't make you cry. Or tears of joy.
Yeah, I was about to say. You know, we spark something up in you.
Yeah. Go ahead and like and subscribe. But I would like for you to also state, you know, what are you slaying? You know, those that are on. What do you think the lane that you're in that you're slaying? It could be, and I think sometimes people think that you have to do something great and magnificent,
right?
And be like some big. Everybody can't be big and big that and big this and it's so. You know, today's lane, right? You know, it's like everybody wants to be that
that next big thing.
Yeah. And I think everybody is the next big thing, though. I think whatever you're doing is be phenomenal in your in who you are.
Right.
You know, as long as you love you and you're not compromising the integrity that you don't want to compromise, I think is phenomenal. You know, as long as you got morals and values and you're not putting somebody else down, then I think that's the dopest thing in the world, man.
You don't always, when you're in your lane, you don't always have to be big. You could influence the generations around you, your family, by doing new things. You know, with the Black Wellness Magazine, that's a hobby for me. And it's
It's impacting folks.
Right. And I wasn't expecting, or I don't expect it to just go big, but I want to make sure my my purpose for that lane, because I'm a therapist, my lane is self-care, helping, mentoring, guiding, life coaching, healing, and pretty much getting the word out there to especially my people, but to anybody who's open and willing. And with that Black Wellness Magazine, that for my lane, I want to slay in it as much as I can, bring much positivity to it, bring much information to it, much healing to that lane. And our kids is looking at us.
Right.
So that I'm slaying in that lane for our kids. And impacting others at the same time. So you don't always have to do it to just be big. You don't have to do that. If you love it, you do it, and you do it well, and be unapologetic about
it. And even whatever you're doing to make an impact, whether it's small or big. So, even if it's, hey, I want to make sure my community park is clean for the children over here to play.
Yeah.
To some people that may not seem like a huge deal.
Yeah.
But then, in actuality, it's making a huge impact for the children that's coming over there. And so it may not make front page news, and it may not make ABC news or whatever, where it's big time, but it's something that's being impactful that you're doing on a regular basis. And so some folks seem like they feel like they have to do something that's super grand, and you really don't.
Start small, and it can grow to be grand, because guess what? When you slaying in it, that means you executing it, you hitting it, you knocking it down, and it can get bigger.
It can, even if you're on your job, right? Even if just regular, everybody know Walmart, right? If you killing in your lane, and you become a you've been on the job for a couple of years, and then you show somebody else comes onto the job, and you're able to show somebody that same work ethic, right? Somebody that's probably never had anybody that's shown them work ethic. That small impact can generate a drive in someone else that has impacted them, and all of a sudden now you're changing how work ethic is being displayed to a whole generation. Their lineage, their downline, and stuff like that. And people sometimes don't look at it through that lens, that even from the smallest of jobs, someone watching you do something and you're killing it. And then now that person is looking up to you. You're the person that, maybe recommended them for the job, or you the homie that got them into the job or whatever. And it's like, well, maybe they ain't got all the right work ethic in order for them to keep the job, but they're willing to learn. And so once they're willing to learn, now they're able to learn that skill and really learn the process of actually having work ethic. Now that's going to follow them for the rest of their life. And just that small piece can impact generation after generation after generation.
Like when we went to Subway yesterday, there was 2 Black girls working behind the counter. And you could tell one of them was newer, because she kept asking the other girl for help. Could you fold this sandwich? Could you cut this? And it was like she could have gotten frustrated. It's 7 of us, y'all. So we had 7 different sandwiches with 7 different toppings. So, that was a lot for her. And the other girl was so calm with her. Like, really, can you fold this? Can you do this? How much time? Oh, no. And she just worked well with it. And she felt comfortable enough to say, even in front of us, hey, I need help.
Right.
What did the other worker do to make her feel comfortable enough? And humble enough to say, hey, help me?
Well, I think that's a conversation prior to, prior to the shift, understanding that the person is new. Hey, if you get stuck somewhere, don't be afraid to come ask me for help. That's a conversation. No matter how much help you need, I'm there for you. I mean, she's a young lady that definitely would be hired, by me. I'm like, hey man, I would want somebody, so the owner definitely has a great employee that's willing to be patient while training other people, not just doing your job, but part of your job is making sure that your other workers are, at their full strength too. And if they fall, guess what? Hey, it's looking bad on everybody here at the job, because now it ain't just frustrated with the person that ain't making it fast enough. They're like, you back here too, and so you just gonna stand there and just let her fall, huh?
Yeah.
You just gonna let her just die. You just gonna let her die on the sandwiches. You just gonna let her die on the sandwiches, huh? You just gonna look at her and just let her die.
Yeah.
That just jacked up. But you can't. That's a beautiful thing to be able to see that type of work ethic. Especially that with your sisters too.
They was young.
Your sisters
And the fact that
the fact that the
fact that she was able to ask for help. So even when you stay in your lane and you're struggling, hey Shay, you could ask for help to improve yourself in that lane.
Yeah.
That's how, you know what? It's about fellowship.
It is.
It's about fellowship. Yeah. There's room enough for everybody to make it, for everybody to grow. There's really nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, ain't nobody making nothing.
So it's really just reformulating things, sparking old ideas, making them new, putting your own spin and twist to it, being creative. I mean, things in other cities is going on that's not here. Hey, you started up. Yep. So what if you got it from somewhere else? Start it up here. It ain't here.
I mean, regardless of what is, and that's the interesting part. Like a burger, like how many burger joints is it, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so when a person like, oh man, this person is doing the burger joint, well, why don't y'all just try to invest in other burger joint? You know, but the people like different types of burgers and stuff. So it's that type of, even if it is here, that don't mean you can't do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like how many, coffee places and donut different shops and, whatever it is that a person does is not just one of, but there's multiple of. And so, encouraging people not to be afraid to step out of the box and do whatever it is that you feel like you would like to do as an individual. There's nothing wrong with collaborating. There's nothing wrong with building relationships with other folks that are like-minded, that you trust, that you would like to work with. But you don't have to be stagnant. You don't need a necessarily a stamp of approval from anyone in order to do anything. Like, you just want to go out there and get it, go get it. What's holding you back but you? Yeah. Like, nothing's holding you back but you. So if you feel like it, one of the things that kind of make me feel some type of way, since we talking about this, then we talking about this. I know folks, everybody got side hustles, making extra money and stuff like that. Don't come telling people, just because you got some new shiny thing that you doing, and whatever thing you got going on, and you try to make other people feel like they ain't nothing. I can't stand that type of stuff. You be like, hey man, you got into this business and telling people to start a business, and see, that's why y'all ain't getting money like we get money, because that whole thing. You see, you working a 9 to 5, and see, that's why you working your 9 to 5, because you ain't trying to get out. See, people do that all the time. Get your life together. It's all right. It's all right. That's a sales pitch for a lot of people, but it's okay. It's okay. Hey, everybody ain't gonna be where they gonna. Hey, they ain't gotta be. They might not get where you going. Maybe they okay. Working at Taco Bell. Okay, maybe they okay with that. Maybe they fine working at the little department store.
Wait a minute.
You know what I mean?
People be moving up in these fast food places.
I understand
and killing it.
But everybody don't want to, and everybody got to try what you doing. Just because people ain't trying what you doing, don't try to belittle them. Just go and slay in your lane. You're going to have enough people that's going to slay in your lane. If folks support you and what you're doing, they're going to support you and what you're doing. Folks be like, oh, man, these people ain't supporting me. So what? There's a billion people in the world. Everybody can't support everything you're doing, okay? If you just got a few things you got going on, it's okay. Keep going. Keep moving. Because, at the end of the day, whatever you got going on got to be beyond your circle. Folks that know you, maybe it's a product they don't like.
Topic in itself.
You start selling dentures and stuff. Hey, everybody don't need dentures. Hey, so you get, my cousin ain't buy these dentures. They got perfect teeth. What they need dentures for? Make it make some sense. Just go ahead and keep going. You know what I mean? Oh, you want to read that? Go ahead.
Krista Miller says, be an example in the home too. We should normalize asking for help, delegating, and setting an example of teamwork. Delegating is big.
Yeah.
Some people just got to have their hands in everything.
Yes.
And messing up everything.
Yeah.
Trying to be in everything and forgetting everything when really, like, delegate like a boss.
Delegate.
Like a boss. Hey, kids, you clean that bathroom. You clean that room. You clean that kitchen. I'm not supposed to be in here slaving. We gonna delegate with the kids.
That's how you slaying. That's by delegating.
I'm
chores.
Delegating like a boss.
Delegating chores.
Because I'm full.
I understand. I understand that.
I was giving an example. You didn't like my example.
I liked your example.
No, it sounded.
I thought you were gonna say
like he was making fun of me.
No, I wasn't making. I agree. In the home, being able to slay the home, have a home in order. It does start at the house.
Have control over your home.
That's true. That's extremely true.
Very difficult to have control of anything else outside your home because this is your domain.
It should.
This is where you rule.
It should be ran properly. And it should be, a lot of structure in place. So then that's, of course, where your kids get the structure from. They get it from home.
And even if you don't have kids, you need structure for yourself.
Yeah, that should come automatic as an adult. You should want some type of, you should want some, I say you should want the word want some type of structure for yourself. You know what I mean? You should want something like that. You should want whatever you got going on to have some type of. And you know what? I'm seeing more and more of that.
What?
Folks wanting to better themselves. There's more folks trying to do better with themselves, wanting to become better parents, wanting to become better mothers, fathers, aunties, uncles, cousins, friends, better on their job, better, investing, better saving, wanting to live it up at the same time. So I think there's a lot of moving parts where people are trying to figure out a lot of different things as it comes to their attention, because now people have access to more information, more of this information in front of people's faces, and I just think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Krista said, "What? Don't wait until your kids get into the workforce." Oh yeah, that's none doubt at that point. Them kids, they ain't got structure then. They're gonna find out real soon, real quick in the unemployment line. Okay, they're gonna be unemployed quick, fast, and in a hurry. They be like, "Oh, you ain't got structure like your parents." So
most of the time they ain't gonna know their parent.
Yeah, well, when you want to be connected. See, that's the other thing. Everything about what you know is also who you know. I've been telling the kids that very important. You got a network. It ain't always what you know, it's who you know as well. That's how you get kids in places, give them opportunity. Hey, get my son over there, check him out. Put him in that job over there. Give him a little something to do. Let him figure some things out.
Like we were talking about the kids not putting themselves in a box, like clicking up.
Yeah.
Don't click up. Have friends in band. Have friends in track.
Yeah.
Have bands and have friends in a chess club. Don't put yourself in this box of this is me. I mean, when you do that, you open yourself to new possibilities.
You do.
I have friends everywhere.
Yeah.
In different structures, in different places. Sometimes stuff that I wouldn't even be interesting, but that person is interesting to me. So just because I don't like what they like, that doesn't mean I don't like that person.
Yeah. Well, I'm color different. If I don't like what you got going on, I ain't gonna mess with you too much.
You mess with me, honey. You don't like going hiking. You don't like going on hot air balloons.
Sacrifice.
You don't like.
That's called sacrifice.
I want to go whitewater rafting on the Kern River, y'all.
No, I ain't doing that.
But so you messing with me there. So what you trying to say?
Hey,
this is a sacrifice for you.
Yeah, sacrifice. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice for stuff. Sometimes you gotta give me in a little bit. You gotta give me in a little bit. But that ain't somebody I'm trying to learn about in Timbuktu. I ain't. Oh, you doing water rafting? I want to do water rafting. Cause you in Timbuktu, I ain't nah.
What would you say is the top your top 2 things about how to slay in your lane, how to be a boss in your lane.
The top 2 things I would say would be being confident
Ooh,
and
yes.
being consistent.
Yes.
I think those are the 2 things. Because I think if you walk in whatever you're doing with confidence, with that confidence comes some underlining things, right? You're bold in what you're wanting to do, what you're trying to do, and you're wanting to do it at a high rate or a high quality rate because of the confidence that you're going into it. But also being consistent brings on a position where you're doing it all the time, and then you're willing to learn while you're being consistent. Mm-hmm. So through that consistency, you're learning the process, you're learning how to be better while having the confidence while doing it. So for instance, although the young lady was learning the subway, when we gave the subway example, although she was learning, she still spoke with confidence.
She did.
She still the parts that she did know, she did it with confidence. The part that she was able to knock out, she wasn't second guessing on those things. She had those things down pat. Now when she got down to the cutting, then she was like, well, I'm not as confident as this. But I'm learning. But I'm still not afraid
and she
to ask.
Attempted before she asked.
Right.
I have to give it to her because I was watching her. She did
Something
try.
That's smart.
Right. Something she did try when she seen the stuff was falling out. Yeah. She like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ask for help. And then when she was doing it, she didn't just leave. She watched her.
Yeah.
So
you clicked on the thing and you ain't. You clicked on that a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, then step in.
I did. So go ahead. That's why I just said it. You about
Hello, son and daughter. I agree with everything you guys are saying. You know what? He lucky we live, y'all. Hello, my son and daughter. I agree with everything you guys are saying. Even in the midst of being in this pandemic, it may not seem like you can do much, but this is the time to just sit back, plan, and prepare.
That's true. Yeah. Planning and preparing. This pandemic opened up a lot of opportunities. Woo! I can tell you that much. I can tell you that much.
As difficult as it was.
It was difficult. It was a tough pandemic, I can tell you.
But it optimized a lot of different things. It made a lot of people go and reevaluate themselves. Yeah. It made a lot of people reinvent themselves. Yep. I mean, it made a lot of people really do self-inventory.
Yeah. Yeah. You had time to really stake out where you was at, where you want to go. You see, where you at, where you want to go, what issues you got going on, and fix them. Perfect time to do that. Now, if you're just trying to turn up and do all that type of stuff, then you just wasted a whole pandemic opportunity that came once in a lifetime.
Oh man, because we ain't gonna get this.
We ain't never gonna get this type.
We ain't gonna never get this break again.
Ever.
We ain't gonna never get this type of support again.
Ever.
We ain't gonna.
Well, Biden might be throwing some more stuff out. I don't know. Biden just throwing money like crazy. That's a whole nother political thing.
But I want to go back to your top 2 slaying your lane. You said confidence and consistency. Sometimes you may not have the confidence. But fake it till you make it. A lot of people like to say, I ain't fake like that. I'm not. It's not about faking. It's not about acting. It's you fake it till you make it. To me means keep at it until you get there.
Yep.
Until you get there. Doesn't mean you have to act like you know what you're doing. Just do it.
Like Nike.
So when people say fake it till you make it, to me, I have a different meaning to it. I'm not saying be fake or two-faced or anything. Right, that's not what fake it till you make it means to me. Meant to me either. But a lot of people take it that way. I can't just do that. I gotta be me. And
but that's the question too, because I agree with that 100%. What is being you? Like, what is that? Like giving an effort, that means you're not being you. Like, what is like when people say those type of things, it just don't make sense to me. Oh, I'm just being me. So you being you gotta be ratchet, you gotta be ghetto, you gotta be
blunt.
I mean, being blunt really isn't an issue. You could be blunt respectfully.
Can you?
Yeah.
I ain't seen it.
So when a person is blunt, that means they're disrespectful?
Most of the time.
Nah, I don't view being blunt. I think that's just someone that just speaks how they feel.
Well,
And when you're being blunt about something, you can speak to me, you can speak how you feel without being disrespectful.
But I haven't encountered that. Anybody was like, I'm just blunt, or I just tell the truth, and if you don't like it, it's delivery matters.
So the delivery
I
may
think
be the
my
case.
experience of blunt is a little bit more disrespect.
Right.
Not even, and I'm not easily offended, and I don't easily get disrespected. But a lot of times when I hear I'm just being blunt, they say it very rudely.
Well, the person said very rudely, but in their actual actions, are they actually?
It be true.
Yeah.
But your delivery matters.
Yeah, that could be the case. That could be the case. That could be the case. I could agree to that. Because someone's delivery can turn off someone, but that's all. But I think people should be blunt. Like the word blunt to me isn't necessarily negative. Yeah, like to me isn't necessarily negative. That's just being honest.
Well, to most people, blunt is normally someone who is rude, who speaks out of turn, someone who say things at wrong moments. Not saying that me. You shouldn't say it.
That is me. That is me. I will say it. And I don't care when I say it. I don't care how anybody take it. That's me.
Pray for me, y'all.
That I'm telling you,
I think myself.
because for me that to me that's the part of confidence that folks are you contemplate and you sitting there trying to debate, should I say this, or is this going to be politically correct, or is this person going to take it a certain way?
That's not what I mean by that. I know I'm more so mean like you can say what you need to say, just don't be rude about it.
So what is that? Well, if a person saying what they saying, what does that mean? Are they being real, or what? What word is that?
Your tone, your body language.
Is it just being honest? So being honest and being blunt. So the blunt means the ghetto comes out, and being honest means you're saying it with compassion and conviction.
You don't even need compassion when you say it.
But the delivery has to come with some type of not disrespectful.
Right. Yeah. That's it. That's all. You don't even have to sugarcoat it. Just don't have an attitude with it, or be all it, or make someone feel bad when you're saying it. Like your intent, or what's your intent?
The intent. Yeah,
when people are blunt, most of the time it's truth, but their intent is not to help grow. It's to tear down.
To tear down.
Right.
To belittle someone.
Yes.
Got you.
That's what I mean.
I got you on that. That is true.
So
that's definitely not me.
So is that you? Oh, well, okay.
Hey, it depends. It depends on the moment. Sometimes I can come in with straight intent. Oh, you want to be disrespectful, huh? Okay, we sitting in the meeting. You think you just gonna disrespect all these black folks over here, huh?
Oh, look, we was in the subway.
Yeah.
We was in the subway. This happened last year. We was in the subway, and the guy behind the worker asked the guy to come in. He said, could you please, this is at the height of the pandemic too, y'all. This is at the height. When COVID was bad. Yeah. And the worker asked the guy to go get a mask, but mind you, they were busy, so they didn't see him when he first walked in.
Right.
And so when he finally looked up from working, the worker, he asked that, he was like, I've been standing here this whole time, and you want to tell me to go get a mask? It's like, clearly they've been busy. Y'all, if I swear to y'all, he stepped in. That dude looked at him like, who the hell are you? That intent.
Yeah. But he was straight out of pocket. You got a worker that's there. He's trying to do his job. They have a mandatory to protect the customers that's inside. And their position was just, hey, put a mask on. go to the car, put a mask on, you come back, we can serve you. And folks was like, yo, I ain't gonna put on no mask. This is not. He thinking he gonna punk the dude behind the counter.
Yes, he did.
He thought he was just gonna punk the dude behind the counter.
Well, he kind of would have if you wouldn't have stepped in.
Yeah, he thought he was. He thought he was. And he was a brother. I'm like, you ain't about to disrespect the brother.
Yes,
that's out here trying to
that
make
was another thing that pissed you.
Yeah, I'm like, the brother back here trying to keep his job, and you act like you about to try to get him fired for having him do what's mandated to him for you to put on a mask at the height of all of this. And I'm like, bruh, you need to go get a mask, or we gonna have a problem.
Okay. And I was like, babe.
I said, no, we gonna have a problem. Now you
won't like that's not true. That's between them. He was like, no.
Nah. You can't just go around trying to punk some dude because he trying to do his job. That's just disrespectful. That's why folks got to step in sometimes, because you can't just that's a community. You can't just let people go around here doing stuff. And dude look younger. Look like he may be in college, trying to get a little money, probably for his family and stuff like that. The pandemic was hard. Folks losing jobs and stuff. So you got this kid trying to make money, and you got this.
And he said it nicely too.
He was very professional.
He was.
He tried to emphasize it a couple times, very softly and respectfully. And when he wouldn't comply, I was like, wait a minute. I had to go ahead and step in and let the brother know, hey, ain't no punks up in here. And I ain't gonna allow you to punk some brother that's just trying to make money. All he trying to do is make his money. He's trying to make you a sandwich.
Safe.
Yeah,
and be safe.
Yeah, he's trying to keep everybody up in here safe. Mm-hmm. So what you doing now, you ain't only just disrespecting him, you disrespecting me. And you disrespecting my lady. Okay? Now you trying to get us, we at the height of this pandemic, folks trying to keep safe, and people still trying to eat though. They trying to go to Subway, get their food, and folks just in there acting the food. All you gotta do is go in there, grab a man for a few minutes, make your sandwich while everybody else is in there. Everybody they got the little markers on the floor. Remember, they had freshly put the little markers. They put the little 6 feet, little Subway markers. Everybody started getting that PPP money. And so they started getting all this little extra money to put stuff and little signs up and stuff and carrying on. And that right there was just disrespectful. But he did a good thing. See, that's another person being a good employee in their lane. See, that's another person I would hire.
Yeah.
Another great young man that has morals, values, and knew how to deal with a hostile customer.
He did.
That was a very hostile customer. He wasn't hostile.
It was kind of irritating.
He wasn't hostile no more.
He wasn't.
Tell you that much.
He wasn't, y'all.
Tell you that much. He was trying to bug up.
He was.
I was like, wait a minute
like,
now.
Oh, Jesus.
It's another bulldog in here, brother.
Oh, Jesus.
Another bulldog in here. You better recognize.
I thought I was going to on news. I know I had to hold his hand, y'all.
And I had just, that was close around the time I had lost my grandmother toward the beginning of the pandemic. So, I was on one. Like, hey, don't disrespect the COVID now. Now they got rules. Let's just abide by the rules. Ain't nothing wrong with abiding by the rules. You ain't got to abide by them on your terms. Mm-hmm. Don't come around the people trying to not abide by them. You know what I mean? That's what's disrespectful to me. Don't live your life endangering other people that feel like they're in danger. Mm-hmm. If you don't feel like you are, respect somebody else. It's okay. Person might forget their mask on sometimes. You can walk into a store and forget. Somebody reminds you, hey, man, you ain't got your mask on, man. All right, I'm sorry, man. Let me go grab one. People was taking offense, trying to fight because they want to walk around without a mask. They just demanding. Talking about some disability codes and stuff. They come over with all types of stuff. Mm-hmm. It's my right not to wear a mask. Yeah, I get your.
Krista said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that. This one right here, we could probably, that's a whole nother topic that we could debate about.
About delivery.
Uh-huh.
I believe delivery is important.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the right time and expression is important as well. Sometimes it's needed. See, sometimes you got to be aggressive.
Oh.
See, all my life I had to fight.
I know you did.
All my life. And so when you had that type of that old Negro spirit in you, When you got the old Negro spirit in you.
Like, what, 34, 33?
You don't even know how old you is. You just, your pose, I don't know. So, you got, when you got an old Negro spirit in you, you come with a different type of attitude. Especially with this type of system in this world that we live in today. You got to be a little bit more adamant and appreciate who you are. See, when you don't appreciate you, you messing up. You messing up. You messing up. This whole world, this whole life is about showing up and showing out.
Right.
Showing up and showing out.
Definitely agree with
showing
that
up
statement.
And showing out. And so I everywhere I go, you know, even when we're in meetings and all this type of stuff, you got to make your presence known. And when you walk into the room,
respectfully,
understand, though. Hey, you coming respectfully. Now, whether they take it as respect or not, it's on them. See, I'm going I'm about to go into another hat right now. See,
we supposed to stay on one topic.
I know we on one topic.
Slaying your lane. Slaying your lane.
This become different.
Bo Jackson says sometimes people said being blunt, they are coming across as being very disrespectful to me. Right. Right. Yeah. Right.
Are they though? Are they?
Yes.
Are they really?
Yes, they really.
Are they being disrespectful, or are they just being honest? And you feel like it's disrespectful because some people, like, for instance, we can go off topic just for a second, okay? For instance, somebody tell you, "Hey, you got booger in your nose." Is that being blunt, or are you feeling offended that they pointed out?
If you say to me, "Hey, you got a booger in your nose," and everybody can hear you.
I know, but even some people may feel offended by you saying, "Hey, you got booger." Hey, listen, you got booger in your nose. Got booger in your nose. And they like, what do you mean I got booger? Then they get loud. Cause you didn't whisper, you didn't try to whisper it.
I need another example. That ain't.
Hey, what you mean I got booger in my nose?
I don't know about y'all, but that ain't a good example to me of bluntness. I need another one because that's just funny. I can't even take you serious with that one.
Some people take it like that though.
They do.
Like that. They'll get loud. You try to whisper it to them. They be like, hey, you farted. Hey, you farted. Man, what you mean that I farted? See. I try to say it on the low.
See, other people, people like, me.
Hey, see. But some people would be like, hey, you got something in your teeth.
Did the employee thank you for backing him up?
I don't think he can do that.
Yeah.
You know, he couldn't take sides.
Yeah.
You know, he couldn't take sides, but he gave me the black, you know.
I think we got a free cookie too. The lady at the end gave us a free cookie.
Did they? Yeah, I think she probably did. I was still hot the whole time. Though.
Yeah,
I ain't pay attention to that.
There was another lady there.
Yeah, it was a couple. It was just them
him and her.
Yeah, it was just them two.
And she was kind of like, you can see her.
She was tensed up.
She was very tense
because she felt all the testosterone. And
then
like, hey, I can't do nothing with this. It was we got is salad and we got salad and tones back here. We can't do nothing.
and then on top of it, we could kind of throw the race thing in there too, because the employee was black and the dude was white.
Yeah, that's
being disrespectful.
That's kind of why I got a little.
And so I could see that she saw him get really upset about that.
Yeah,
and she tensed up. But her appreciation was the free cookie.
Yeah, it was the raspberry. What was the raspberry?
Mm-hmm.
I forget, whatever the raspberry cookie is at Subway, them cookies are delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's in that lane of making them cookies,
right,
do a good job.
Right, even AM PM cookies.
Yeah, AM PM cookies good.
Now I may sound a little fat, but them AM PM cookies though.
Yeah, we sound a little fat right now.
I know. Okay, so
we talking about.
Hey, we gonna do a fit one live next time.
We gotta talk about quinoa and stuff.
Hey, we have it in the pantry.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna turn the kids onto it, y'all.
Get us laced on the good vegetables and fruits, and try
just like the carrot hot dogs, the carrot dogs.
Back on topic. Awesome. We've been off topic for
that's my lane. My lane.
Your lane is carrot dog.
My lane is making sure y'all eat healthy.
Oh,
that's my lane. keep y'all living
Are
nice
y'all
and
eating
strong?
healthy? Going through this pandemic, I know a lot of folks been going, 2020, almost day near half way through 2021. What have y'all been experiencing as far as the transitional parts of health? As we're starting to open back up, doing more exercise, eating a little bit healthier. What type of vitamins maybe you guys been taking? Have you been taking anything as far as um, regiments that you maybe changed as far as meal prepping, things like that, that change probably the diet and stuff like that? Because I know, some of them been adding on pounds during the pandemic. Pandemic has some pandemic pounds attached to it. Okay, pandemic pounds. I'm telling you, they come on strong. It seems like they hold on a little longer, like grits. you know, them 3 to 4 pounds feel like 15 pounds. You get it ain't the same. After the pandemic, some translated during that time. It's been different. 3 pounds is like 15 pounds. It's been a X multiple on pounds now. How to get rid of. Before the pandemic, boom, you can knock out 3 pounds like that. Now it's like the equivalent of getting rid of 15 pounds. You used to be able to run a couple miles, knock that on off. Now you got to do about 10 miles. Just to get that off.
So we go switch back on the topic.
Oh, okay, good.
Slaying in our lane.
Yeah.
One thing I notice a lot is when people try to pull you into another lane that you shouldn't be in.
Ooh.
I will gladly say, hey, that ain't my lane, but let me point you to the person who is that's lane. I'm quick to say I don't need that ain't where I'm at. I'm not in that field. So being careful of not letting someone pump up your head to think that that's your lane when you shouldn't. That was something I had to learn very early on working with BCSD. Very early on, because I experienced being pulled into a different lane that wasn't my lane. Wasn't like, hey, you do this. It wasn't like I was seeking it. It was brought to me, and I kind of felt uncomfortable. But because I was new, I was also trying to impress, trying to
make your way.
Well, not necessarily make my way, but making sure that they know that I'm open to learning new things.
Right.
And so when I got pulled in that lane, oh Jesus! And I knew it wasn't mine, but I figured, I'm a quick learner. I can set it up.
You're gonna make it happen.
That was the best experience.
Possible.
I will never
get it
ever.
What?
Ever.
Get it?
Ever.
Huh?
In my life. We was getting it. You're supposed to keep going.
I thought you were supposed to be like DMX and like finish the line that I was gonna come back.
Oh, okay. You gotta practice that next time, yeah. But no, being pulled into that lane that I knew wasn't my lane. That was a great experience to learn early on, because now I have the confidence to understand that, hey, even though you think I can be in that lane,
you got to believe.
Right. And then on top of it, is it really my lane, or are you trying to not put someone else in that lane that should be in that lane because you don't particularly like? So you got to be careful with the circle you run with and the people that you talk to that try to make you bigger than something that you really not. To me.
Now it's a catch-22 though, right?
Okay.
It's like knowing when you're ready to jump, knowing when you're ready to transition, knowing when you want to try something new, right? Because you can be doing one thing and it's like, okay, this is something that I'm liking, but maybe I want to try something else.
That's okay.
But don't feel forced. It's almost feeling forced, like you at church when they trying to make you give them extra offerings and stuff. You feel forced to go up there and do it. They try to force you to do it.
The Lord is telling me somebody got a blessing when they give $100.
They trying to get you to, get into an area, like you said, that you don't feel comfortable in doing. You know, if you don't feel comfortable in doing it, you know, or maybe it's just not your time to be able to do that. Sometimes, but it's also, it depends on who you're. Could be trusted. Could be a mentor that's trying to get you to learn something that you may not feel comfortable with, trying to get you outside your box as well.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes that's why it's kind of like a catch-22. It depends on who's bringing you there.
When you know, or you have that feeling, and they kind of want to keep it on the low, or not have you train with people who do know that lane, that's when you need to ask questions.
Well,
ask questions.
Ain't nothing wrong with asking questions.
Like, hey, you know, why do you want me over here when such and such can do it? Like, what's that looking like?
What can it look like? What it look like?
Right. Because that, I'm telling you, that experience, I was wondering, like, why you choose me when they've been here longer? Like, I now know. Mm-hmm. So now it's like, okay, let me just be a little bit more cautious, because it could be like you said.
It could be.
Hey, we know you would be good, and you not moving to that direction. Let us help you move to that direction over there. Yeah. To be in that lane, because you will slay in this lane.
You can.
Just be cautious. I would say be cautious, especially if it's a big, if it's a wide lane that you really don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. And one of the things I think about when it comes to even slaying in your lane, because you can be multifaceted, right?
Yes, you can.
You can, because I know I do a lot of stuff, man. Like, I'm involved in a lot. Like, we're involved in a lot of stuff. Like, but learning to put yourself in a position to win. Like, you putting yourself in a position to be great and to win. Now, if you're not going in to be great or to win, why are you doing it? Like, what is your intent on doing whatever it is that you're trying to slay, whatever it is you're trying to conquer, whatever it is you're trying to be involved in? Are you going into it with integrity? Are you going in it with confidence? Are you going to be consistent? Will you be the person that can bring forth more to that particular area? Whatever it is, are you becoming an asset to that area that you're going in? Are you becoming a liability? Are you a waste of space? Are you a waste of time?
Or are you doing it for publicity? Or are you doing it to get the shine? Even if you're doing it to get the light? Like,
even if they're doing it for that, even if a person's doing it for that, think about it. Even if a person, their intent is that, are you good at least?
Okay.
Even if that's your purpose and that's your intent, right? Like, hey, if you going and you want to help give baby formula to families that are in need, and you just want to take every picture of everybody and show folks and be on the front page news doing it, and doing it all across the United States.
Okay.
If that's your intent, and your intent is that you want to be on the front and be Mother Teresa to the world, and you ain't really caring about the baby so much, then the notoriety. But guess what? Them babies you still made an impact.
Okay.
Your heart ain't in the right place, but you still made an impact.
So is that a good thing though? Are you really slaying in that line?
Yes, you slaying. Because you killing it. You was able to get the funding from here to go and get that, to be able to get the stuff to the babies so that they got them babies is fed. Them baby got that formula. That mom is up there, that baby is nourished.
So slaying in your lane, you don't necessarily have to have integrity.
That person doesn't have to. You can people slay in their lanes all the time without operating in integrity.
Yeah. But
all the time.
But what does that bring you?
That's the individual. The result can be whatever it is, but that goes to the individual. Now, in your individual self, you shouldn't want that. You should want to work, operate in integrity, operating it. But if that person is still slaying in it, because other people are still benefiting from the person that have an ill intent.
That is true.
Because not everybody we don't know of people like Zuckerberg, or a person like that's over Facebook, or a person that's over Apple and stuff like that, what type of integrity they have. We just see the impact that they're making.
Yeah.
like Facebook is a huge tool that we're able to do to connect with each other, regardless of if he's operating in integrity and or his intent is, which was to make $1 billion. If that was just his intent, that don't mean he have necessarily. But we still are. We're still able to benefit by connecting with our family members, by staying in touch with friends and stuff like that. So we have a residual effect. Yeah. But I think within ourselves and what we would want people to have is integrity. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they should have it.
So a recap. How to slay in your lane.
How to do it.
Make sure you have confidence.
Confidence.
And consistency.
Consistency. What?
Oh, that's what we doing?
That was DMX.
Oh.
Tribute.
Oh, that was the DMX tribute. Uh-oh.
What you want? Confidence. Get it.
So we're doing a DMX tribute now, I guess, while we're slaying in our lane. I like DMX too, by the way.
Yeah, DMX too.
But when you slay in your lane, you got to have that confidence and you got to have that consistency and you got to be okay with understanding that not everybody is going to support you.
That's true.
Even if you are slaying, not everybody, you will always have haters. And I think that's what kind of catches us off guard is that we feel like, hey, I'm doing a good thing. Mm-hmm. I should have that support. I should. Even when you do a good thing, there's always haters. It's a balance to this, a yin and yang.
That's a huge yin and yang.
You keep pushing, you keep moving, you keep going. Slaying your lane all day with that confidence.
You got to. You got to. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Power Moves 365, a lot of great things coming to you. Black Wellness Magazine is coming out in June. King's Edition. Gonna be dope. Gonna be fantastic. Going to be phenomenal. Going across the country. I mean, it's
super excited, you guys. I said that with excitement. Super excited, you guys.
Right. Super excited. You gotta hit him with that. You gotta hit him with that. But I think that's going to really be really cool, man, to be able to showcase so many different aspects of our people.
Our kings.
Yeah.
Slaying in they lanes, y'all. And I mean pure slaying.
Pure. I mean, it's domination.
Never seen so many brothers just own it. They out there.
Just killing it, man. And it's phenomenal to see, man. Cool, dope interviews and stuff coming up, man. Got some great things that's in store. And some wonderful people that's joining the team, man. Joining the Power Moves family, man. It's going to be dope. You know, our team's been out recruiting, been recruiting, trying to get folks that has been interested in joining the Power Moves family. So it's going to be dope. So y'all make sure y'all stay locked, stay tuned. Make sure that you go like Power Moves 365 on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure y'all share our videos and also like our posts, man. We have a lot of different encouraging posts, motivating posts, and funny posts. All the time. And it's just growing. I mean, we cover so many different areas from wealth building to elevating your mind, to being purpose driven, living a healthy lifestyle, and leveling up. I mean, it is going to be dope. The stuff that's coming forth, the things that are going to be in place that's coming up, man, is going to be second to none. Literally. That's right. You got to hype yourself up sometime, okay?
Yeah.
Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Well, we out of here, man. It's your man, Patrick the Game Changer Jackson, with the lovely Miss Artisa, and we out.